In connection with an investigation of the incidents that were reported at Greece Athena High School, the Greece Police Department has completed a thorough investigation of the facts. As a result of that investigation, 3 juvenile suspects were charged with crimes today. 3 of the suspects were charged with the crime of endangering the welfare of a child, a Class A misdemeanor. And one of these 3 suspects was also charged with the additional crime of possession of an obscene sexual performance by a child, a Class E felony. The law prohibits the identification of any juvenile offenders, and the case is now in the hands of the Monroe County Family Court. I will take questions, but I'm not certain that I can answer them.
Can you tell us maybe what might have been seen on that video, on the Snapchat video?
I cannot.
How about, was 2 of the 3 kids involved with the Karen Klein incident 2 years ago? Do you know?
I cannot give you any information that would identify the juvenile suspects.
Well, coming off that, though, I guess just almost 3 years after that incident, now we have an incident that, again, has the same sort of feel to it. Outside of your capacity as chief, how does that make you feel? I mean, that's the town of Greece.
Well, I think we have some young people here that have made some bad decisions, and that the law will deal with them accordingly.
Do you think, seeing that they actually are being charged, does this show enough that, we've heard from maybe some other news outlets that these kids are saying they obviously didn't do it, but knowing that they're charged, is that showing that you guys had enough evidence to say that this is possible, that they did actually commit bullying?
We obviously have evidence and probable cause to charge them with the crimes that we've charged them with. We feel that the evidence supports the charges, so there are facts that we believe support what we charge them with.
Chief, this may be obvious, but...
I'll get to both, yeah, that's okay. Go ahead, Brett.
This may be obvious, but the one is charged with the possession of the video. Is that because he physically had it on his phone?
The charges of possession of the obscene performance by a child relates to possessing it on a device. Does that answer it?
It was uploaded to the Snapchat, which I guess disappears quickly, but the evidence is on the alleged person's phone. Is that where?
Yeah, it's on a device.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chief, what's the takeaway here? Sounds like you take these allegations very seriously as the department.
Absolutely. We take this matter very seriously. We've made it a top priority since the day it was reported. We've received a great deal of pressure to do it faster, but we chose to do it properly and thoroughly instead. And we've had a considerable amount of resources assigned to this case. We've made it a top priority, and we believe that we've done all that's within our power. The school district obviously has their own set of guidelines and their own form of justice, which is aside from what we're doing.
Now, what's the difference between charging them as a juvenile and as an adult, if any difference?
There are certain crimes within the New York State law that juveniles can be charged as adults. None of these constitute those crimes. There's a certain list of crimes that if you commit these crimes as a juvenile, you can be charged as an adult. These crimes don't meet those charges.
Chief, this one of the kids, is that considered a sex crime? Is this something that could ultimately, upon a conviction, lead to that person being on a registry?
That's one possibility, yes.
How is the victim in this?
The victim is upset. It's embarrassing, it's traumatizing, and certainly all of the attention given to it doesn't make it any easier for him. So he's working through it as best he can.
Speaking of attention, I guess, is there anything you wish had been handled differently or had been mishandled, be it by the school, yourselves, even media?
I think that there was some irresponsible reporting on the part of some media outlets, and I think that some of the facts were exaggerated. Well, they might not have been out and out false. There were certainly facts that were exaggerated and guesses that were made in the absence of facts, which made this more difficult. And it was difficult for us to clarify the facts because we're not allowed to discuss juvenile cases at all. These charges relate to more than one incident.
More than one incident?
Yes.
You mean more than one video was taken?
More than one incident on more than one date. Yes.
Same victim?
Same victim, same suspects.
How was this first brought to light? Aside from the district reaching out to you, are you aware how this all came about?
Yes, it was brought to the attention of the school district, school officials, by another student. So one good kid stood up and saw something that he knew was wrong and reported it, and then in turn the school district reported it immediately to us.
And what has this whole incident taught you, and what can the community learn from that?
You know, I think that we really need to talk to our kids about social media and the fact that they're all walking around with video cameras in their pockets that are connected to the internet. And I don't know, as youngsters, that they understand the power of that media and that what the damage that it can do and how quickly it can do that damage. So I think if there's a lesson to be learned here, I think that parents around their kitchen table should talk to their kids about social media and the cell phones that they have in their pocket and how great a responsibility that is.